had me because I was sitting back waiting for Shedeur Sanders. Every period, there was a new quarterback, Flacco Dillon Gabriel, Flacco Dillon Gabriel, and we didn't see Shedeur Sanders any this entire day.
An entire session of low red zone team drills, all passing concepts. Every snap went to either Gabriel or Joe Flacco, which ultimately means either Kenny Pickett is not healthy enough to participate in these drills, and or Shedeur Sanders is also just not maybe good enough, I guess they're saying.
Gabriel, who through no fault of his own commits one of my cardinal sins of quarterbacking, which is he's tiny. And so, I mean, he's tiny.
Something strange is happening at training camp. On day 9, Shedeur Sanders, the highly touted quarterback and projected leader of this team, is once again watching from the sidelines. Despite having a strong showing just yesterday, today he's getting 0 reps with the team. Instead, it's Joe Flacco and Dillon Gabriel taking most of the snaps. So, what does this mean for Shedeur? Is it just part of the plan, or is there more going on behind the scenes? Let's break it all down. In today's session, Shedeur Sanders didn't take a single rep, not one. And while there's speculation that it might be something related to his arm, nothing official has been said. But what's raising even more eyebrows is the fact that Dillon Gabriel continues to get heavy reps with the first team. And honestly, it's confusing. Gabriel has struggled noticeably over the last 2 days. Missing throws, slow decision-making, just not looking ready. Yet somehow, he's still being rotated in like he's earned that spot. You've got to wonder what the Browns are thinking when it comes to this quarterback rotation. Yesterday, he was disastrous, and he managed only 3 completions out of his 14 reps. He was pathetic, and he could not even throw some throws to his completely open runners. Let's have a look at this play. Dillon Gabriel retreated at one point during today's practice, obviously attempting to refocus and obtain a better view downfield. However, he noticed a problem as he looked around the field. He was forced to throw despite his hesitation and inability to find his aim. The outcome was a poor intercept. He failed to notice the defender infiltrating the passing lane, the type of error you would anticipate from a rookie who is still getting used to things, rather than someone who is acquiring first-team experience. Things like that only make it more unclear why Gabriel is currently given priority over Shedeur. It wasn't only like this. Let us examine this play. The thing is this. Dillon Gabriel could have made the play right there. Everyone was gathered in a close huddle close to the center when the opposing defense collapsed the pocket. The left flank as a whole was exposed. Dillon only needed to stretch, use his legs, and possibly even strike his broad rear or savor in stride. Instead, though, he became terrified. He threw the ball forcefully into the defensive line. No awareness, no angle. It was a transition all of a sudden. It was more than just a poor choice. Basic field vision was completely missed. And while Shedeur watches from the sidelines, here is the player who is getting first-team reps. It's becoming increasingly illogical. It appears that Shedeur Sanders may be experiencing arm pain, which could be the cause of his absence from today's team exercises, based on several stories that have emerged from camp. A lot would be explained by it. He was observed leaving the field in a composed manner. I'm relieved there are no indications of serious harm. Most likely, it's merely a precaution. You can guarantee Shedeur will return shortly if that's the case. And when even more evidence to support his claims, even if it might only be a small setback, it will only make things worse for a rival like Shedeur. Dillon's highlights, however, were replete with embarrassing moments. He was under so much pressure that he was unable to perform even basic repetitions. Let's examine this play together. Dillon Gabriel had a fantastic chance. With a clear path and no defender in sight, the runner broke free. Dillon could see the entire play playing out and had a clean pocket. He just needed to make a quick, accurate throw with the appropriate touch. Instead, he became anxious once more. The ball slipped right through the straining runner's hands after coming up awkwardly, off target, and too low. Another play that was squandered. These kinds of incidents keep happening, and it's difficult to ignore why the Browns keep giving Gabriel these crucial reps when players like Shedeur are sitting on the sidelines. Nick Wright was correct. Dillon is simply too short. Veteran analyst Wright didn't mince words when he offered his thoughts on Dillon Gabriel's performance. Although he recognized Gabriel's untapped potential during calm moments, he pointed to one indisputable element: his size. Although Gabriel is unable to manage his stature, Wright made it apparent that this is a significant professional disadvantage. He claims that it simply isn't sufficient to advance him into a real starting position. Gabriel will never be the future quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, he even went so far as to say.
Gabriel, who through no fault of his own commits one of my cardinal sins of quarterbacking, which is he's tiny. And so, he's tiny.
On the other hand, Chris Broussard also weighed in, urging the Browns to take a serious look at what Shedeur Sanders could bring to the table this season. Broussard didn't hold back, calling for the Browns to put Sanders in and let him prove what he could do in real game situations. According to Broussard, if Shedeur shows what he's capable of, he could very well be the franchise quarterback Cleveland's been searching for. So, what can Shedeur do? I think it's important to see what he can do this season, because if he's good, then maybe you have your franchise quarterback. While Dillon Gabriel seems to be losing his grip on the opportunity, Shedeur Sanders, just yesterday, was ahead at every turn during training. And it wasn't just about stats. Even though his numbers were solid, it was everything else. His command of the huddle, his poise at the line, the way he read the defense and adjusted on the fly. Shedeur looked like a leader out there. He was sharp on every rep, making quick, smart decisions and staying cool under pressure, traits you want in your starting quarterback. It felt like he was in complete control, showing exactly why so many believe he's the future of the franchise. But what really sets Shedeur Sanders apart isn't just what he does on the field. It's how he thinks. His mindset is on a different level. In his own words, Shedeur isn't trying to be some rip-it-up quarterback chasing wins at any cost, especially when those wins aren't earned. That's not who he is. Instead, he approaches pressure with a calm, grounded mentality. I remind myself to find the goodness in small things, he said. It's a simple outlook, but one that keeps him focused, centered, and mentally sharp. He knows he's living the dream, doing what he loves on the path he's always envisioned. And just by recognizing that, he's able to stay balanced and remove the weight that comes with high expectations. That kind of mental maturity is rare, and it's just one more reason Shedeur continues to rise above the noise.
Definitely say you just gotta find the good in things. So, every day is a consistent journey, it's a consistent battle. But I feel like I'm handling everything the way I'm supposed to.
With Shedeur Sanders, there's real hope and a clear sense of what the future could look like for the Cleveland Browns. His recent absence from team reps, possibly due to arm soreness, is a minor setback, but all signs point to a strong return. And when that moment comes, the Browns must recognize what they have. With preseason just around the corner, there's no time to waste. Shedeur has already shown he's not just talented, he's composed, focused, and mentally prepared to lead. He's the kind of quarterback who elevates the entire team, not just with his play, but with his presence and perspective. The Browns, they need that energy as they head into critical weeks of evaluation. As for Dillon Gabriel, the flashes of potential are there, but so are the glaring issues. From poor decisions under pressure to missed reads and unforced turnovers. He's not making a strong case to lead the offense. Wright's assessment of his limitations may have sounded harsh, but it reflected what many are starting to see. If Dillon wants a future in this league, he'll need to reevaluate, regroup, and grow fast. Because right now, the gap between him and Shedeur is only getting wider. And the Browns can't afford to ignore it.